everybody. This is Stephen Barchetti with King of Social Media. I have another interview for you today. On the phone with me, I have Blair Williams, which created a little WordPress plugin that is called Pretty Links. And I want to thank Blair for joining us today on the call. Are you there, Blair?
Yeah, right here.
Super. Well, first, I always like thanking my guests for taking the time to meet with me and talk about, whether it's a book or a product they've developed. And so first, I want to thank you for taking that time.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Super.
No problem at all.
Well, today, I wanted to share with my listeners, why I'm a fan of Pretty Links. And I know you could help us expand on that because you were actually the creator. So tell us a little bit about what led you to, creating something like Pretty Links. What were you doing? Were you in the tech field? What was your day job?
Yeah, so my day job, I've been a kind of a freelance software engineer contractor / technical consultant, for several years now, and I started getting more and more into the internet marketing side, into the affiliate marketing. I started my own blog. I had several clients that I was helping with their pay-per-click campaigns and with different things like that. And I tried to use some of the existing tools for link shrinking and tracking, right? So those were the two big things for me because I didn't want to have to continually recreate, affiliate links out on, Bud URL or Bitly or something like that. I didn't want to, and then as far as Twitter goes, I started getting more active in Twitter and, you have to shrink links there, right?
Yeah.
And I push those links out to Twitter and they're lost basically. If I'm linking to some other, site somewhere out on the internet and I link to it, I could be retweeted, but really nobody knows anything about me. And if I get retweeted multiple times, then it's just another Bitly link out there, right? And so what I wanted is a brandable link that I could put out on Twitter, and something that was trackable, like like a Bud URL was, where I could actually get the data, and preferably something that I could actually have the data hosted on my own server, right? And so so I just decided, hey, I'm a software engineer. I'll just develop this myself, and I actually started Pretty Link. I didn't really anticipate that it would be, anything that anybody else would really use. I just thought of it as kind of a tool that I would use and, just start pushing that stuff out there. And so I created this little WordPress plugin and I put it out on the repository, and the response was pretty tremendous. It seemed that a lot of people were out there looking for a solution like this. And so, I don't know, that's kind of how it started. So,
well, that's the cool part is, I was coming from the same side of the fence as a solution. I was looking for a solution for my business. And just like yourself, that's what led you to create it. But
right.
I didn't have the technical skill. I wasn't coming from your background. I was coming from being a business owner and trying to track what the heck was going on in my business. And what led me to your product was the same kind of path. What was out there for me to use just wasn't giving me everything I needed. And, like I say, I didn't have the ability to then just create something for myself. And I found Pretty Links searching what was available. And
right.
And then it's totally cool that, like you say, once you put it into the WordPress repository, which is like the App Store for iTunes and Apple, the crowd really stepped up and said, "Hey, we were waiting for this." So that is a very cool side effect.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I was kind of taken back. I mean, I think the first day I had over 120 people, who downloaded it, and then just on from there. I mean, I think at this point it's had about 100,000 downloads and counting. So it's been pretty fun to see a lot of people use, something that I had a hand in creating there. So
Exactly. Well, that is cool. The other part is with a little bit of promotion, maybe we'll triple those download numbers because it is such a usable tool. And
right.
I've been using it 2 or 3 weeks, and it's definitely doing what I needed it to do. All of the holes that wasn't available is filling, and you covered a couple of them, and I'd love for you to expand. Like the first thing, being on your own server. Me being a business owner, that was important to me. And you being a creator, same thing. You saw that it wasn't that you were afraid that the data would be lost. You just couldn't get it to analyze. You couldn't see what was happening with the data.
Well, and I think that's kind of been a big problem. And I was using Bud URL quite a bit before this, and I think Bud URL is a really solid tool. It's really good. The problem was, they were going to make me pay a monthly fee to even just get at my data, to download, the clicks that I had on the data, and to figure that out. And then if I used a tool, any of the analytics tools out there, you don't have access to the raw data to manipulate however you want to drill down. I mean, I have clients that have been using PrettyLink for about a year now, and right now we're going through and analyzing PrettyLink data from for the entire year. I've put tracking pixels on all of the sign up pages, and all of the the sign up pages for their newsletter. And so we're tracking conversions with it. We're tracking, pretty much every step of their sales funnel has been turned into a PrettyLink, so they can go back and analyze it in great detail. They can find out, oh well, we had these 10 people make a purchase. Where did they initially, visit us from? What was the initial? I mean, we can go back and we have complete control over that. We can export our data. We can export, even links and push them over to other sites. I mean, I've kind of made it pretty flexible in that you always have access to your data. It's always on your server. You always have complete control over it.
Yep. Well, that was one of the pieces I loved. It solved a huge problem right there, that piece alone. And when you say on your own server, me being a business owner, just to dummy it down for the general public, because that's me, the general user. Blair's put this into the admin panel of your blog. So just like when you're making a new blog post or creating a new page on your blog, these link data is right there in the panel. So when he's saying that it's on your server, you're looking at it right in the back of your blog. So it's real user-friendly, and that's what I needed as a consumer. I couldn't have it too technical. Then I couldn't see the data and use the data. So that being a WordPress plugin is just super for me.
Well, and the other thing that I thought was, and again, I mean, I didn't really plan on a lot of this, but it turns out that the WordPress plugin made it, so much easier to get set up and to get working. I mean, literally the only thing that a person has to do to get started with this is, once they have a WordPress blog, and I have to say, you can't be on WordPress.com. It has to be a self-hosted WordPress blog. You literally, all you have to do is go to the WordPress repository and just hit install, search for PrettyLink and then hit install, and it's there. Yep. And you can start creating links with it. Yep. And so it's really pretty easy to get started with.
Yeah, the WordPress platform and the iTunes store are really helping developers like yourself bring out all of these applications, user-friendly, and let the consumers literally, plug and play, where, before these platforms, it would have been very difficult to develop these tools.
Absolutely. You would have had to been, a technical person in order to get, something going on your server. I mean, there are other solutions out there right now that they're link shrinkers, and they'll work on your domain and they'll track, a certain number of things, but you have to, create a database for it, and then you have to, install it on your blog. And the thing that's nice about this is it piggybacks off of a technology that is already there,
Yep.
that you're already using, and it's basically the center of people's businesses, right? Their blog
Exactly.
or website. So, I mean, that's the thing that's really nice about even just the concept of the WordPress plugin is that it makes it makes it a lot easier for developers to go in and just use this existing architecture to build, these pretty advanced and pretty cool features.
Exactly. I mean, that's like I say, from me coming from the consumer side of the fence, I'm enjoying all of this. I understand the technical side, but if these platforms weren't in place, I couldn't myself plug them all in and then use them and get the advantage of, oh, where's my visitor coming from? And the beauty about that data for me is you could see as a business owner where you should be concentrating on.
Exactly.
So spend more time on that product. And without these tools, you're literally with the blindfold on trying to run your business. So these tools should be put in place when you open business, when you open the blog, when you open your front doors. Google Analytics and Pretty Links should be the first two things that are plugged into the back of your website.
Absolutely. And I think, like you were saying a little bit about the what do you do on to expand your business? These links they've literally become the lifeblood of your business. I mean, they're the way that you get people back to your site. They're the way that you promote products. So, if you're an affiliate marketer, you need to promote these products. And really, I mean, what PrettyLink has kind of become is kind of this more comprehensive link management platform, right? So you can manage all of that, and you can more easily put them out there, and you can get more benefit from them, But like I said, I mean, people, I don't know if they understand how important these links have become. I mean, it's like life or death situation, and knowing the data around where they, what people are doing with those links, and who posted that on a blog or who retweeted that, or where are people coming from. And like you were saying, the popularity of a link. Like if I push a link out there for, bubble gum, and then I push a link out there for, bacon, and the bacon one gets, 100,000 clicks. Well, I have a much better idea that, that my audience is more interested in that, right?
Exactly.
And that's the thing, the data is so critical. I have clients, right now that, I mean, that's 90% of how they're operating right now. They can't do anything without knowing what their audience is doing. And I think that's true of any business.
Well, I think what's so powerful here, because we're now so using the internet, even a small business, local business, what I want to share with the listeners, the brandability, excuse me, the brandability of the link and how it helps the local business and this data, because what's happening is everybody's on the internet now. I want to find a barber. I want to find a pizza shop. So the beauty about your link being brandable is it's going to be Bob's Pizza Greensburg. That's what the link says. It doesn't say Bob's Pizza 123. Nobody types in, I need 123 pizza. No one's typing that shrunk link in to find you. So
right.
The brandable side is just as important as a business owner being able to see what product of theirs is popular and what's not. So your tool here just compresses all of that into, like you say, you made the product to solve some solutions, but it really encompasses so much because of the internet, because SEO, search engine optimization, that's how it works. That's how it tries to find you. Well, by default, this is what this link shrinking does for you. So when you don't use a link shrinking service that puts your name and product together, how the heck is the search engine going to put it together for the consumer?
That's exactly right. I mean, about the best that, like if you use a traditional link shrinking service like Bitly or Tiny URL or even Bud URL, which is, a more advanced one, about the best you can do is you set it to a permanent redirect is what they call it. And, not to get too technical, but basically what that does is it just forwards it tells Google to forward any of the link juice or the rankings from just directly to your site. But that doesn't take into account the memorability of the link. Like if you put out 10 pretty links out on Twitter, you're going to see some of those get indexed and by Google itself, and those links are counted towards the total score, for your site, right? I mean, those are links that are out there now, and if other people put those on, in turn put those on their site, they can spread out there, and they all tie back to your site. The Bitly link, it's lost. It's a throwaway link. It's a link that just, and I mean, there's a certain number of links on Twitter that are probably, all right to be throwaway, links, but anything of consequence, anything dealing with your business, you don't want that to be a throwaway link. You want that to be something that people will remember and will potentially be indexed by Google to give you some better rankings.
Well, the brandability side of the fence, why it's so important to me as a business owner. When business owners spend a little bit of time messing with an AdWords campaign or a pay-per-click campaign, they really start to see what we're talking about. And what I mean is, when you pull up a search, Google gives you the first 10 on the first page for any given search. And the beauty about this brandability is, if I'm a local chiropractor, you do not want your link to be bit.ly 123. You want it to say John's Greensburg Chiropractor, February special. You know what I mean? So right
Absolutely.
in the link, when the consumer's scanning that top 10 people, it makes sense to a human.
Well, and you'll see your quality score go up on the ads that have keywords in them like that. You'll see, and Google just made a recent change to the way that they do their ads too. They don't allow you to mask your display URL anymore in your ad, right? So it'll say, Joe's Barbershop, and then a little ad about it, and then there's a link, an actual link that it displays there. And in the past, sometimes you could click on that link and Google, I mean, that could be anything, and that would contribute to your keyword, score. But now it has to be the actual same link that they're clicking, the URL that they're clicking.
Yeah. Google didn't want you to mislead anybody and send that traffic somewhere other than Bob's Barbershop.
That's exactly right.
So with the brandable pretty link, obviously, if you're spending money, you want to send that traffic where the consumer thinks they're going, and that's what you're saying. Google's just started penalizing marketers and business owners. Get it right. So
exactly,
there's just no sense in not doing it right, because the business has everything to gain. And this simple tool that you've created, it's killer. I mean, I don't want to sound like a fanboy, but it's filled a place in the marketplace for me as a business owner. And these are the type of things that I recommend to my businesses that I consult with. I don't like to recommend anything that I don't use, because it's the simplest way to get egg on your face is recommend everything, things you don't even use, and then when someone's upset, if you don't use it, it's kind of hard to back something. So this is one of the simplest tools that, like I say, without Google Analytics and this type of pretty link tracking, I wouldn't run my business. It's so internet heavy these days. That's my heaviest recommendation I can give folks, or these type of tools. So we didn't even get a chance to talk about the ebook strategies, and everybody knows how powerful ebooks are for businesses. It's a way for businesses to give their consumer learn more about their business, and within these ebooks, they're able to put links for more products from their company, and even affiliate links, which is huge. And this tool you've made solves that problem as well, with the ebook being out there in the marketplace, and then for whatever reason, the link goes dead. So with your tool, share with the listeners how that fixed that problem.
Yeah, well, a good example of that is this. I'm an affiliate for a product out there called Thesis. It's a theme for WordPress, and they did their affiliate program. They basically changed the server and the affiliate links and everything that Thesis was hosted on. They went from their own hosted solution to ShareASale. So what I had to do is go in and create my own ShareASale account, yada yada. And then I got a new affiliate link for that product. They were going to start not honoring the old affiliate link after a certain amount of time. So I thought I'd better go in and change it. Well, instead of having to go out to all of the different sites that I'd put an affiliate link on, all I had to do was go back into my Pretty Link configuration and just change the link from the old one to the new one, and automatically all of these Pretty Links all over the internet, basically I didn't have to change them. I didn't have to edit them at all. They automatically started redirecting to the correct place. And so that can happen, like you were saying, earlier, with an ebook. So, you have to switch servers or something changes. Maybe you reference different things either in an ebook or on your website that are going to change over time. And this is just a really easy way that you don't have to go in and modify HTML or try to go out and find, let's see, I put a link out here and out here and here. You can just go to one central place, and manage your links just from this one place. So it's pretty powerful. It's coming in handy for that, especially. Yeah. So,
well, that was another giant hole in the market, because even myself, for my business, I do both. I have my own products that I'll put in the ebook, whether it's an ebook or an article that's out on the article directories. And in that article or that ebook, it has my links back to my site. It has links to things that the consumer should have that complement everybody's services. Once those links get messed up, you can't unravel where they are. It's impossible to trace back to where it all spreads because of the viral nature of the internet. So having it in your admin panel is such a simple redirect. I think that's why you're seeing the popularity of your product, because it just solves so many issues. They're not life-changing, but it's enough to just kill all kind of things. I mean, that yearly data that you were tracking and that book that was out there for a year, it just kills all kind of things when it's not set up properly.
Yeah.
So I know today we talked about, I can't keep you too long. So
that's fine.
We have other things I wanted to cover, like the retweet badge that you made super user friendly, and everybody's wanting that retweet badge on their blogs, but some of the other service providers don't make it very easy for the consumer like myself to just plug and play. So I was loving the retweet badge, and we could talk about a few more things, or I could have you back in a week or two and just keep discussing this stuff.
Yeah, I think we have a little bit of time. We could cover maybe one more topic, and then we can get back together for another one. I don't know, in a couple of weeks.
Super. Well, let's hit. Would you rather talk about the keyword replacement or the retweet badge?
I think that the keyword replacement is probably one of the more popular, tools, especially for affiliate marketers. And let me just explain that briefly, what that is. And this is part of there's a professional version of Pretty Link called Pretty Link Pro that the keyword replacement is actually part of. And what it enables you to do is specify So you create your pretty links as usual. You go in and you say, I want, I've got an affiliate link here, and I'm going to create a pretty link called, example.com slash, thesis or whatever, right? And then when I write articles about that on my blog, I don't want to have to worry about linking to these things. I want to be able to have the links just magically appear on my blog, right? Or, say I've got articles going back, 3 years, and I want my links, even back 3 years ago to be the current affiliate link. So, because Google indexes everything, right? Mm-hmm. And so what you can do with Pretty Link Pro is you can actually, create a pretty link, say, for your affiliate product thesis, and then you can open up an option where you specify a keyword, right? So I want the keyword thesis, thesis theme for WordPress. You can specify a whole series of different keywords. And when you hit save, Pretty Link Pro will automatically go out onto your blog, and it will find those keywords through the entire history of all of your posts, pages, or whatever, and it will replace those with your affiliate link. And the thing that is so powerful about this is that, affiliate marketers don't have to really worry about making sure that those links through the whole site are updated anymore. They don't have to worry about that. It's a huge painstaking process, like we've been talking about before with, these links going away. Pretty Link automatically just replaces keywords throughout your whole site with Pretty Link. So even posts that you had years ago that don't even have an affiliate link on them, but you mention the word thesis or something like that, they'll get linked with your affiliate link. That's more revenue going to you, as a result of this. And so that's been probably one of the most popular features, at least for affiliate marketers. And I've actually used it for a lot of different things, not just, affiliate links, but just, like my about page. I like, any place where it says the name Blair anywhere on my blog,
what I'm picking up from what you're teaching is it is very powerful because of this. All of the search engine optimization that I've studied for 5 years just so that I'm trying to help my business, am I doing it right? When you use the Pretty Link like you're talking about, it gives you a bunch of internal and external links, and Google and all the search engines love that. That's what they're trying to, in their algorithms, when they find it at 10 or 20 or 100 different places, they like that. That's how they rank who's the authority on this keyword. So it plays right into what you need to be doing without having all the manual labor to get it done. So
and going back to the affiliate marketing, that's absolutely true. The other thing is that you talk to any affiliate marketers about the highest converting keyword or the highest converting links on their site. It's not the banner ads. It's not the, anything. It's the in-context links. It's, you write an article and somebody reads that article, and as part of that article, they see a link to this or a link to that. They're a lot more likely to click on those links. They're more invested. They're actually reading the article. People get banner blindness, right? They don't.
Exactly. They
don't
turn it off. Yep. Yeah. They turn it off. Well, the other cool thing, when they click, because you're tracking these results, it's able to show the business owner which article was worth a crap. When article B, gets 500 clicks on that link, talk more about article B. Write 6 more articles for article B. This is a tracking tool that's just that powerful. So, like I say, I hate sounding like a fanboy, but if you can't get excited about tracking tools because you're a business owner, maybe you shouldn't be a business owner. You need these tools.
It's always funny, when I mean, some of my clients I have, they initially, they won't understand why it's so important to track, this data. And, they either create a product or they have some product that they've had for a long time, and they don't understand why it's not selling very well, or they don't understand, any of those things. it's the data that's going to tell you. And I'm telling you that we live in this time when that data is all around us. Those links, the data that Pretty Link records, it's pretty easy to record that data for me, right? I can record that and store it in a database, but getting access to that and being able to see that, we live in this time when it's readily accessible. We can see percentages of what works and what doesn't. We have, in some cases, thousands of people coming to websites every day, and we can see, what works and what doesn't.
Yep.
And that's really the difference between a successful business and an unsuccessful business online, is that ability to see what is working and what isn't. Because I'm telling you, every market is different. I mean, Stephen, you've got a site, I've got a site, somebody else has got a site that maybe does something very similar to both of us. They're completely different markets, There might be some
different
overlap.
Audience, a little bit different products, and without this
exactly
data,
right.
Without this data, you can't tell what's working and what's not. So
yeah, and you can't know your audience. You can't truly know, because I think, especially with some of my clients that have been using PrettyLink, we've gotten to the point now with some of them where we can predict now, what the audience will respond to and what it won't respond to, just based on that. And it's pretty exciting to see that.
Yeah, you're getting to be able to get a little closer to your market and start literally doing some of the polling. Do you guys like this? Once you get a little bit more intimate with your clients and everything, you could start going in the right direction. But without this feedback, you're just so poking in the dark, you never find what that direction is. So
that's exactly right. And it's so sad, these sites that don't have, like, I've had clients before that don't even have Google Analytics set up, and it's like, how do you ever expect that you're going to be able to, to even understand what to do in your business if you don't have this eye, for it? And the thing that's the saddest part of it is that it's so readily available nowadays. It's to the point now where you can track things about your market that even Fortune 500 companies didn't even have a clue about 10 years ago. I mean, they couldn't do it.
That's the part that gets me so excited being a business owner, is what's available to me. And what I've been doing the last 4 or 5 years is networking with folks like you, more of the product designers, and trying to mesh together the business owner and the product developer, and growing our businesses. Because, like you say, the call technology that we're doing, the web technology that's available to everybody for a $20 hosting package, this was Fortune 500 company stuff 6-7 years ago. Now, my expenses as a business owner to play this game went from 5 years ago, I was spending $1,500, $2,000 a month, for what's costing me now $100 a month.
Absolutely.
Because of technology. So that gets me excited. I mean, it helps everybody come to the marketplace and participate. So I really appreciate you sharing with us. Like I said, I want to talk with you more about a series of these interviews so we could keep doing what we're doing. And I'm going to let you run to take care of some family stuff. And I will just email you, and hopefully we get back on these calls.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, boss. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you real soon.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Blair.
Yep. Talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.